Yeah, I did the whole line. I never
No
experienced
way.
Philip. Yeah, Philip was pulled over for
In
a
Hawaii?
DUI. This is Delugence, the podcast where we dive deep into the convergence of ideas. We're excited to take you on a journey through the flood of discussion on topics ranging from culture, faith, politics, and everything in between. Each week we'll bring banter with new perspectives, interesting guests, and lively conversation that will challenge and inspire you. Join us as we explore the deluge of ideas and find the common ground that brings us all together here on Delugence. Hey, everybody, welcome. This is the very first episode of Delugence podcast, the historic day with some great friends. We're looking forward to so many things here on this podcast. And, you know, we don't want to belabor the point. That's somebody's favorite word there. But we got to, introduce you to our team here, our panel, our co-hosts of the day, and we're going to explain how it's going to work moving forward. But today, on my right, on chair number 2, we have Kayla Alvarez. Give it up for Kayla. Yeah, all right.
Thank you, guys.
All right, man. You're your own greatest fan. I love that there. So who are you? Tell us who you are and say hello to everybody.
I'm Kayla.
Okay.
What else do you want from me?
Flat, simple. Keep it going. Keep it
It
pushing.
is who I be, who I am. I'm Kayla.
she's nationally syndicated from Boston. Right?
I was gonna say. I went to school out in Boston.
Yeah, she is. She's a worship leader. She is a social worker, and she is also part of the Verge Collective. If you heard of Verge Collective,
yes.
Some of you may have. Yeah,
I'm a multifaceted woman. Yeah, I was raised in Southern California, not from the 559.
I know. Yes.
My area code is 805. Always will be. Represent.
And that's on the coast.
A little bit about
the Central Coast.
No, bro.
Isn't that like the coast? Like
I was on the coast.
That's
I
the
grew up
coast.
Ventura.
Yeah, Ventura.
Coast of
Yeah, there's a lot of pride. 805.
805. Yeah.
Don't get it twisted.
Live in the coast.
What you know about that?
I don't.
Yeah, and she's looking at Omar Gonzalez, as he's the original OG, right?
Yeah, that's
OG.
right.
The OF.
Oh, shoot. Okay, what is the OF? I hear you like
That's the Instagram handle.
that's your handle.
Follow him.
You have an OF?
Yeah, no.
I mean, OF handle. I'm like,
Okay, yeah.
I don't know what you're thinking about.
Social media is like always. It's Omar in the OF, and OF stood for outfield.
Okay,
And then years later, OF has unfortunately been hijacked.
Oh yeah.
By inappropriate
We don't
content.
endorse that.
So,
Yes. It's
So-
not.
Oh,
it's
man.
the only fans that I have are my wife and sometimes my kids. And so I guess
Sometimes
I
your
better
wife.
put sometimes my wife. Yeah. So
Omar Gonzalez is he's been a pastor on staff. He's been
Yeah.
associate. He's been a director. He's been in the faith community for a very long time. Here
Yeah.
locally, all the way to the great Madtown. No, Merced.
Merced. Yeah,
I think in
Merced.
Madera for some
Yeah.
reason. No, you go to a Madera church though.
I go to church in Madera. Yeah.
Yep. All right. And then I'm on my left, on chair number 4 on the comfy couch, we have Matt White. You guys may have remembered him from Overflow, so, and also too from KXCX. So those who will follow, he subs for the great Guillermo Moreno. So tell us a little bit about you.
Yeah, I'm Matt White. Own my own DJ company, so that's what I do full time. So I'm always bringing the tunes. Oh, there we go. Got the air horn.
Okay.
Matt White.
I know Phil's got that on deck.
DJ Matty White.
Oh man, he really plugs it in right there. Great.
Another one.
I know, right there, DJ Khaled. But yeah,
Wait, what? White? What's Matt White? Right?
yeah, Matt
Dude,
White.
Not Matt.
I didn't know
Beige.
that we had to introduce ourselves. I'm Omar Brown.
I'm Kayla Beige.
Oh dang.
I don't know what to say.
You're a little rosy
Red.
right now.
Hey,
Red,
I
go
was
pink.
just gonna say
He's
it.
all trying to be
Are you
politically
making
correct.
rosacea? Okay, I know.
Oh shoot.
Oh, dude. Hey,
Oh,
guys. Man, all right. We're getting to sensitive topics.
So, but yeah, no, that's what I do full time, a DJ. But I also, like he said, was on the Overflow show with Phil previously, him and Lodo, and then also
Yes.
doing stuff for KXCX, radio. So
And don't forget the Matt White show, and you're also and when you're going to school at FPU, Fresno Pacific, you had a show there. Right?
yeah,
And
no, I had Matt White show, Matt and Chan show, a lot of podcast experience. So it's a lot of fun. I always enjoy doing stuff like this.
and not many people know your story, and we'll get into all right now. But you were kind of one of the first here in the Valley, just known for from school, you were actually canceled, right? For speaking up. Yeah,
Canceled.
He was the first to be canceled.
Well,
When
here
you
in
got
the
canceled
valley,
at
like
on his
University
resume.
with thing.
Yeah, Fresno
From here.
Pacific. Yeah,
Wait,
yeah, that's a
what's
whole
Fresno?
story. Yeah.
What did you
Yeah.
convert to Islam?
Yeah, I was, I guess.
No, how'd you get canceled at FPU? Like at a Christian university? What are you getting canceled for? Out
Yeah,
there?
just for believing in Imago Day. That's crazy. That's what
That's
happened.
crazy.
bro.
That's
But
great.
you talking about the Third Day song?
No.
It's on the charts.
It's on the charts.
Oh, that's Agnes Day.
Oh, yeah, yeah, right.
Dang, that's before my time.
Wow.
I was like, I don't know what that is.
Wow, I did. Okay, how does that song go again? Hey,
I don't want us to get copyrighted.
Hey.
bro.
I know, there
I
you
sound
go.
just like those
Yeah,
guys.
too good, too good.
yeah, I remember you on the
Hey.
worship team. That's right. I forgot you had a little.
Oh, dude, I had a little
stint right
solo,
there.
bro. A little solo. Solo,
up
you
with your
can't hear me.
special.
We do a little singing, you know.
Yes, and we're gonna be talking about that a little bit. So let me just talk a little bit about Delugence podcast. So it is. People are like, "What is Delugence?" And I got a text from Omar the other day. Somebody asked him, "What is Delugence?" And what did you think? You're like,
Bro. I said, "Oh yeah, Delugence podcast," and I just showed him the logo, and it says, "Yeah, Convergence." And he's like, "Oh, so it's like Convergence and." I said, "Bro, I don't even know what it means."
He's like, it's a delusion.
And
No, I'm
then-
playing.
I'm like, I think it's delusional. I told him, and he started laughing. I was like, "Bro," I said, "I don't know. Let me text my
He was
friend."
all embarrassed.
I said, "I don't even think it's a real word."
And
This is
you know,
nice.
it's not. I really love the word deluge. I just a flood. Just love that, just because it's a biblical significance. Just a flood of the Holy
I
Spirit.
didn't even know what deluge meant either.
didn't know what deluge meant. Yeah, and so actually, we're at a worship thing at church, and the pastor was speaking, Pastor Anthony for Venture Church. Shout out there, and he was talking about God's presence just coming in, and God to give him a vision of a deluge. I'm like, man, I love that word, just deluge, and then I'm just kind of doing some research, some things, and anyway, so we came up with this is deluge and convergence, two different words, create one word. I wanted to come up with like, you know what? Let's come up with a podcast name that nobody else has, and so nobody else has a made up word called delusion. So I'm like, okay, so it's two words combined, and it just suggests a convergence of ideas or a flood of discussion on a particular topic. Which, you know, the slogan, if you see our logo out there, it says convergence of ideas, perspective, and the absurd. And so we want to talk about a lot of those things, including the absurd. That's why we have Omar here. For the absurd.
The
He's our leader.
absurd.
The absurd. So we're gonna have some fun things, just like friends hanging out, talking about from what's had in the headlines, with some little bit of pop culture, some culture war stuff, and some things in the headlines. And so that's kind of what's going to happen on. And then also too, we're going to have other segments. We have Man on the Street. We have some ideas of what else do we have some ideas for, Omar? We're talking about this. Yeah. You have some ideas of some Man on the Street and some sketches and some.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry. Bro.
He was like,
That wasn't in the notes.
He was like, what's deluge mean?
I'm like,
I didn't even
bro.
think this podcast was real until we got here.
Yeah, see?
So I'm right there with you.
I
True story. True story.
I
I
was
thought we were
like-
just gonna have pizza tonight. I was like, Phil.
Yes, and we're waiting for the pizza as we're recording this. It's like, where is that pizza?
He's making us work. Didn't even feed us.
I think there's some labor laws being broken here. So.
And you're thinking about that garlic chicken.
Dude,
you
I
wanted.
literally was going to say that, but
Garlic.
I was like,
Maybe it's better we have to
Salivating.
wait until we're done talking a lot
Yes.
to eat the garlic foods.
The deluge.
No, yeah, a lot of. I think Man on the Street,
Yes.
like interviews. You know, like those are my favorite things. Like when you go and talk to people, get the perspective,
Mhm.
kind of just see their ideas, what they're doing, what they're talking, what they think. Because some people on the spot, like,
Mm-hmm.
oh, when you catch them off guard, it's so funny. Like
We catch you off guard too.
when you caught me off guard right
Yeah.
now, I was like, oh, I don't know, like a deer in the headlights, man.
Yeah, and so the Man on the Street, we're gonna show this in this episode. One of our first, actually, is our first Man on the Street. We're at an event in Sacramento. I want to talk a little bit more about that later on in the program. But it's just we're gonna be doing a lot of that, and there's gonna be some other events coming up in not just in Sacramento, but here in California. We're gonna take the team, hopefully. Get Kayla, to get you out there.
My time off.
Time off.
Got that
Um,
PTO.
I know.
Yeah, so there's a lot of great ideas we want to do. We want you to be part of this, and so we're going to be out there in the community. So if you see Omar out there or any one of us out there, come and say hello at a booth. Or there's some events coming up. We'll have announcements coming up. I'm seeing coming up a lot. So, yeah.
Okay. Hey, man.
They're on the way.
When you start at the bottom, you're always coming up.
Wow.
You know what I mean? Hey, you know
This
what?
is inspiring.
Someone quote this
Clip
man.
that.
Put that
Clip
in
that.
I love
Little-
the word up. You know, they call me Phil up. So
Really?
I thought it was
They-
Phil Lip because you got a big lip.
whoa, you making fun of my lips already?
First
Man.
his t-shirt, his crusty t-shirt, he didn't iron.
Hey, I
Okay.
No one called it crusty. We just said
Wow.
I think we got to leave now. Phil's going to kick us out.
Oh, he didn't
before we even get
He didn't feed me, so
Okay, so
order the pizza.
different
now
side of Kayla's about to
we're
come
gonna
out. I'm
edit
hungry.
this. Let's edit that out. No.
No, keeping it alive.
We're keeping it live and real, but you know, we're gonna have a lot of segments, including Man on the Streets. Also, too, we're gonna have a segment called Parabolic Poets. We're gonna talk more about that in the future. It'll be a counterpoint, a companion of this show, talking more long form interviews and discussions on
Lizard people.
Okay.
Here's your funny memes of the week.
And this is what's going through our personal feeds and
Chinese spy apps.
Chinese spy apps. That's right. Okay, so let's see. Speaking of which, let's see what we got here.
Speaking of which,
Well, that's not a Chinese spy app. Well, he's Chinese spy.
Well, it just depends.
It depends on how you look
Bought
at
and
it.
sold by the Chinese.
Okay.
Increases prices by 200%. Drops them by 30. Take the
credit.
credit. Solid.
Okay, let's see. We're talking about Matt White this year.
Oh, man.
Suspect search. Dark.
Did you guys-
white skin.
What is this?
Did you guys hear that dog actually recently passed away?
Oh,
Did you
what,
see
the
that?
Doge? The
Yeah,
Doge?
he
Wow.
recently, like within the last week, he passed away. This icon
I
in the
remember-
corner up there.
I remember
Oh,
when
wow.
Twitter had that as a logo.
Mhm.
Dang.
I
think-
RIP Doge.
I think we have his cousin though. He's,
R.I.P.
he's still alive because he's surviving. He's arming himself.
Oh my
The only thing that can stop a bad boy with a gun is a good boy with a gun. That is a weapon of war. The Battle of Frankfurt.
We got free speech here. Let's see.
Get it? He's a wiener dog.
I got it, man.
Oh,
I just
man.
didn't laugh.
And what's this here, Omar?
It says a philosopher makes a case against free speech. Jefferson, grab my musket.
Okay. All right. And here we have here we got Obama here. Oh no.
Oh, my boy, Trumpalicious.
Oh,
Look at
okay.
that
Think he got that
glare.
rosacea like you too, Phil?
Oh, man.
Is,
The
He's
cashier
looking
watching
extra
me.
hot Cheeto puff
All
right
right,
now.
the take on tips. So, what's everybody's take on tips? Especially like, everybody does tips now.
Oh, we're gonna get into
Yeah,
it.
we got to get into that. That's
this is
That's
how
very
we got
big
to
That's a
topic.
hot topic. though.
Everything out of context.
I think this is part of the wrong segment. I think this is part of the other
Had his
segment. but-
mugshot taken yesterday, and the jokes keep rolling in.
Okay.
Donate 1 kidney, you're a hero. Donate 10,
Oy.
and suddenly you're under investigation.
Oh my
Wow.
gosh. Don't tell me that's real.
It's called the black market.
No, I mean like
Not-
that. He
I
was
wasn't talking about the
I
guy.
was talking about like him posting something stupid like that. Like,
I
sorry.
don't know. It's over. We're done. Episode 1 and done. That's called a 1 and done. We're not even halfway through this thing.
Deluge 1. There we go.
Everyone watching.
This is what's happening right now.
I know. Y'all,
Oh,
do y'all
man.
name your FBI people? Because that's like, you guys don't do that.
No.
What? You
Oh,
named it?
yeah, like when you're like on your laptop and you're just like, I know my FBI, my CIA person's looking at me right now. I'm like, hey, Karen.
Hey, Karen. Well,
Nothing?
I met Karens. There's plenty of Karens out there.
You know what? We
I
had
feel one in
we
the
had
room
a
with me right now.
we had a lady who used to come to our shop,
Uh-huh.
and then we asked her what she did. She's like, "Oh, I respond to events." We're like, "Huh?" And then like, "What do you mean? Like things that happen like in Washington?" It was right after January 6th. We're like, "Oh," and we're just kind of quiet, 'cause you know what I mean. I'm like, "Oh,
Like
I
with
voted for
force?
Trump," and I thought like she's a plant.
Wow.
She's searching me down. She's trying to find out. And then, anyways, so one time we didn't know it was a mystery. She opened up her wallet to pay, and sure enough, it had like FBI badge in her wallet, and then she closed it real quick. We told her we couldn't take her dog anymore.
Wow. Now she's watching you.
Context,
No,
You're a
her dog.
groomer.
Yeah. I'm not
You're
a dog.
Or a dog napper.
You're a groomer.
No,
Man, are we talking about professions in the worst way possible?
Yeah, we're.
Whoa.
I play music and people dance.
Just I'm a groomer.
Not that type of groomer. Come on.
He's a dog.
You gotta.
Yeah. Well, no, her dog was just way too big, actually, so we couldn't handle it. It was nothing actually personal. But. Am I supposed to be reading?
Go
these?
ahead, Matt. Go ahead, Matt.
It's dangerous to believe anything blindly. Science is settled. That's not how science works. You're a racist.
Now, the sociologist, is that true? Is that how science works?
Don't get canceled.
She can't talk. She can't speak on this matter.
There's certain things she can't talk about.
Nothing to say.
Okay, I just have our dog groomer speak on this.
The child?
I probably, there's 2 grooming opportunities presented in this photo.
Which groomer are you?
Which grooming would you identify with?
Man.
We would charge probably about $125.
You got some WD-40.
And
for
those,
the alien, not for the child. That's,
those listening only. What is it you see there?
okay, we have a boy, a young boy with a red sweater. And
It's important to have.
it's
the reds.
important. And then we have him walking. It looks like the alien from the movie Aliens out of Area 51. It says the meme says so.
Yeah, it's an alien dog.
It's an alien dog.
Did we just explain it?
We just explained to me.
All right.
Okay, so
Okay.
$125 for the alien.
You want
dog.
one more? Let's see.
I
A
don't
good
know,
one.
Phil.
Bro, you recording me? No, don't record. No, don't record.
What did we just see?
So many questions.
What did we just see right there? Who picked that one?
Are you recording me? You never seen a man with a microwave on his head or what?
You know, we got to get a little bit more now, just a little more serious about, we're talking about worshiping. And there's a worship leader here. You led worship.
Matt attends church.
You attend church. You worship. Yeah. Okay.
Imago Day.
And so, I know in some moments that you're leading worship, you really feel the presence of God, and you have like go-to songs. And so I've been in those moments. So you sing, Holy Spirit, you sing Third Day Song.
That's right.
And so there's times, and I think this lady, I think really felt compressed.
Possessed?
I'm
Impressed.
Let's find
Oppressed.
out.
Which
Well, let's
pressed
find
is
out
it?
what
She
song
was
she went
pressed.
to.
Church
Yes.
is pressed.
We had to play this one here.
The guy's still worshiping in the front.
I didn't even notice that. I want to see the guitar player in the background. Ooh, brought the fist up.
Who
Wow.
sings that song?
Wow.
Who does that
Was
song?
that Linda Ronstadt or something like that?
Yeah,
That's some
right.
80s lady.
You're the DJ. You do.
Yeah, I'm like trying to
she-
think. I'm not putting on the spot. I'm like, I know what it
He
is.
knows a lot of the
Dude,
songs.
that.
Just throwing a
It's like-
blank.
remember that one guy who's all, you spin me right round, Jesus right round, like a record, Jesus right.
I do remember that.
What was that guy's name?
Oh.
I don't even know.
Is it Matt Gilman? No, it was somebody else.
I like
Dude, that guy.
there's some videos where it's like the DJ recently saved and they have Stomp coming into like this is how we do it. So you got the Kirk Franklin, they're coming in with like
Dun, dun, dun,
Nice.
dun, dun.
Yeah.
Favorite one. Those are my favorite ones.
I know you guys love music, and so I don't know if you even know who this is, Kayla and Matt, because you're really young.
Mhm.
So do you know who Santana is? You guys know Santana? You do. Okay. All right.
Phil.
Well, if you're Hispanic, that's
Phil, come
That's
on.
different.
built in.
Oh yes.
Yeah,
Well,
you
great
gotta know
guitar
who
player
Santana.
Santana. He got a little bit of hot water for saying something that. Well, let's take a listen to see if was this appropriate. Do you think he should have been canceled for this?
When God made you and me, before we came out of the womb, You know who you are and what you are. Later on, when you grow up and you see things, and you start believing that you could be something that it sounds good, but you know it ain't right. Because a woman is a woman and a man is a man. Whatever you want to
Shifting
do
around, you see them?
in the closet, that's your business. So I'm okay with that.
Dang.
Yeah. So in this
Dang.
environment, he was just saying basically a boy's a boy, girl's a girl. And then later on, actually people at that time were conservatives, and people were like, actually people on the left who were like believe in common sense were saying, man, he's taking a stand. Finally, some people in the entertainment field, and guess what he did?
He's based or what?
He apologized. He apologized for that.
Not surprised.
What do you think, Kayla?
About the apology or about the stance?
What do you think about Santana and this whole controversy?
I mean, it's his right to speak whatever his opinion or his belief is at his concert. I mean, people are paying to go see him, so that's his platform. Literally, that's his platform. To be canceled for it.
Well, he was forced to apologize, and he
Oh,
apologized.
was it actually like he was forced to, and he still holds the same belief?
Well, he apologized, and then he apologized for the apology. I think it just kind of
one of
retracted a
those.
little bit.
Yeah.
Is that sincere, Matt? What do you think?
I always just say never apologize. Like if he said it, he believes that. Most Americans believe that. And unless you're living in a very delusional, not delusions, but delusional state. But no, he said it what it is. But the one thing is that I've learned when it comes to getting canceled or, getting pressure from the media or whatever to apologize, you apologize and then they make fun of your apology and continue to embarrass you more. So just, stick with it and go with it. So that's at least my opinion on it.
Yeah, Omar, they were saying that CBS and other outlets were saying that Santana was saying anti-trans rant at the show. So is it anti-trans by just saying a boy is a boy, girl's a girl?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to agree with them.
Okay.
No, I'm kidding.
Is that the groomer in you, or was
Shoot.
Listen, man, I have standards. Yeah, man, Santana, he's old school, back in the day when biology was still biology. I don't know. I mean, to me, it's not controversial anymore. For some people, I'm sure it is. But it's like who's really complaining? It's like we hear it and we're like, ooh, because somebody's gonna get triggered by that. It's like who, like 1%, some weirdo with like blue hair, never even listened to their music before. It's like, who cares what they say? Like, look at the people in your audience. They're like
What's
60,
wrong?
70 years old. Like, just play me. They love your music. They don't care. They love your opinions probably too. Just forget the other people not buying your music anymore and just play and then just enjoy your life, man.
That's interesting
Santana.
how you noticed the whole audience actually.
They're-
No one
oh.
booed. No one booed.
No one booed.
And I
yeah.
actually was waiting for the boos. I was waiting for like a half boo, half cheer, but everybody was cheering. And I was like, oh, interesting. Okay.
Yeah, they were
So
chilling.
that says something about his demographic, right?
Yeah, but his consultants got in his ear, and they said,
Yeah.
you're not you got to pander the other way, so you're gonna lose basically money probably. But what's wrong with people with blue hair? I mean, what's that have to do?
I know I was going to say, if I walked in here with blue hair, what you trying to say?
Well, I'm gonna
Yeah,
say,
blue hair right
say,
now.
what's up, blood?
Actually, wouldn't it be the other way around?
Yeah.
All right.
It's an insult.
Yeah, blood.
Yeah.
Okay, but yeah,
That's a gang reference. Sorry, Matt.
Where's the groom? What you know?
Matt's
What do you know about that?
I know about the gangs. Oh, dude, you ever seen Blood In, Blood Out? Come on, man. You never seen any of these?
I've given blood donated many times.
Dude, you're
Yeah,
sick.
typo negative right here.
O positive in the house.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. What's your handle again?
Yeah. No, OF.
Well, and speaking of we're still talking about music here. There's a number one song that's been in the headlines, and it's been across that. It's been so popular that even the mainstream media has been talking about it. And
What the world's gotten to for people like me, people like you. Wish I could just wake up and it not be true, but it is. Oh, it is living in the new world with an whole soul. These rich men Richmond. Lord knows they all just wanna have total control. Wanna know what you think, wanna know what you do, and they don't think you know, but I know that you do. 'Cause your dollar ain't shit, and it's taxed to no end. 'Cause the rich men, 'cause the rich men.
I like it. I like it a lot. A lot of passion. A lot of he's definitely commenting on like a social, socio-economic, like,
inequality.
yeah. I don't even know if it's inequality. It's just the impact of the decisions that are being made. When he says north of Richmond, he's talking about people in the politicians in DC.
Yep, exactly.
And so he's not necessarily saying like, oh, just north of Richmond, it's a little town. He's like, no, he's talking about the politicians that are making decisions for our lives. It's impacting us in so many ways, and here we are. What do? We just go to work. We try to do our best. We try to put, food on the table. Like I have 3 kids, so it's tough, and so I feel it when the gas prices are up, the food prices are up. Like, dude, it was like $10 for a pack of bacon. I'm like, dude, that was like $4 like a few years ago. I'm like, are you kidding me? That's like 1,000%, like 500% or whatever it is, like increase. Like I just can't have like a pound of bacon to have, some.
That's like
biscuits.
the most American thing you can do.
Biscuits and gravy, man, and some freaking bacon.
Yeah, that's right. The forgotten man and women, right? That's what he's kind of singing about, and then he really made the case when this was going viral. Even the debate at the Republican debate, they brought it up, and he was actually really frustrated and just irritated because it wasn't about Republican, it wasn't about any candidate, a political party, because it's about the everyday person. And so, and we're talking about this. I have to play this next little clip here from Good Morning America. I mean, you would think they celebrate, the hardworking class, the middle class who is out there, just about the song, everything you just mentioned about all the things that we struggle with. And this is what they said.
Richmond, north of Richmond, is a no-frills attack on the powerful and, controversially, on far less powerful targets as well.
And the whole beast, milk and welfare. Well, God, if you're 5'3" and you're 300 pounds, taxes ought not to pay for your bags of fudge rounds. Young man,
It's been boosted by big ups from podcasters like Joe Rogan, getting more than 17 million streams.
Richmond, north of Richmond, showed up on YouTube on a channel called Radio WV, has now become #1 on Billboard's Hot 100 chart. It's the most popular song in the country.
and they don't think you know, but I know that you do.
Fans hear an authentic from the heart hit that speaks on behalf of an overlooked America. Critics hear racially tinged dog whistles. Anthony describes his own political beliefs as dead center.
It seems like, both sides serve the same master, and that master is not someone of any good to the people of this country.
Dog whistle. So Matt, what is this? What is they saying? They're really taking this. Millions of people across America and the world are really celebrating this song. And again, it's not the left and right. And they're saying this is a dog whistle about racism. Because they said
it's like what we looked over earlier with the memes. It's like you state a fact and like, oh, that's racist now. And, it's something that, we talk about it all the time. People use race identity. And these are things that we have differences as people. But, the mainstream media, the people, the elites in this country know that those differences are things that they can manipulate and target to further divide, people. Like he said, he's probably in the middle. And I think he actually made a statement about it being played at the Republican event. Like, because he's like, it's for those people too, the people in DC, Republican, Democrat, anybody that's, currently screwing over. And there's people on both sides of the aisles in DC, and the people that are in there, the lobbyists, the people that are, making things run, and what, Trump coined as the swamp. So the dog whistle, that's just something that, I think it's just a continued bit from the left. I don't know. I've heard it many times.
It's so crazy because, it seems like, Kayla, that people get fixated on just controversy. They want divide everybody. They make a living off of it. Sometimes they just want to just not celebrate this. Why do you think that's happening?
That's just how our media runs now. Like if it's not a catchy headline or news story for someone to have a discussion or conversation over so that we can have a disagreement and have discourse, then it's like not worth reporting, like it's not interesting really, that's how like at least my timelines and my social media is. It's what can we like post about or what can we nitpick here and there to actually like make this newsworthy. Not that his song isn't newsworthy, but obviously like let's stir the pot a little bit so we can divide people more, I guess.
All right, Omar, you have anything to add on that?
It's spot on. I mean, like you said, it's a dead center song. He's just talking about just the American just struggle right now. And it's not even just now. People have been struggling for a long time.
Mhm.
And no matter what the economy looks like, sometimes the economy only benefits one group or a certain amount of people, but sometimes it's a little bit better, for some, to be able to achieve. I mean, I remember a few years ago, we were able to buy a house for the first time. Interest rates are low.
Yeah.
Shout out to coronavirus.
Yeah.
Thank you, Miss Rona.
All right. Thank you. Shout out to China. But the rates were low. We were able to buy a house though. But
Yeah.
I mean, it's not everyone was because some people
Yeah.
didn't have a job.
Yeah.
Some people unfortunately weren't able to go to work. And that's the kind of stuff where it's just kind of, it makes me,
Yeah.
it just, it helps people to focus. And when you have a song like this, that when it gets pitted, people have to pit each other against it. Oh, this is for my group. This is for my group. It's like, dude, we're all kind of the same, we're not all so different from each other. I think at the end of it, we have a lot more that we agree on and that we see eye to eye with, but
it's a
yeah.
Imago Day right there. The
Some
image of God,
Imago
Yeah.
Day.
Sons and
No, I
daughters of
missed it.
God. That's what I was referenced earlier in terms of like my story at FPU. We'll probably get into that later, but yeah, it's the same thing that happened to me at FPU when, I had an opinion. People didn't like it. They wanted to shut it down. And that's how like, I got into the political realm. I was like, I didn't even want to be in the political realm. I was like, I have my opinions, kind of kick back, do my podcast, have a good time. And, people didn't want that. So, and this is kind of what's happened to this guy too. It's like, he's literally being used as like a political figure now. And he's like, I'm just trying to make music,
Yeah.
He recorded the first song with his iPhone. He's been doing this stuff with his iPhone out in wherever he's from, Virginia. It's just a dude. I don't even know what kind of guitar that's called. And it's just a guy just strumming. I mean, it's probably really simple, and he just,
He's just talking about his life.
Yeah.
Literally,
Very
he's
passionate,
just thinking about his life.
Yeah, it's. I'm with you, Jeremy. I mean, Jeremy. I'm with you, Matt.
I'm with you, Matt.
Come on, who's
Hey,
Jeremy?
Matt, I'm with you, bro.
I know.
I think because
appreciate
he looks
that.
like Jeremy. I thought of it. He looks like Jeremy a little bit. I don't,
Oh,
You don't see
bro.
The other white guy.
yeah,
Wow.
he's mix.
He's
Oh, he's
mixed.
mixed too.
Yes,
Dang, y'all
Jeremy
have
the
so
meme
much in
machine.
common.
There we go.
he's Bonneville though. Yeah.
Bonneville.
What is that? Bonneville?
I know
I
Phil
know.
just makes up words. I don't even know if this podcast is even
That's
real,
it.
right?
That really
I'm
is
just
last
playing.
name.
No,
Last
I'm
name.
playing.
Yeah, just here's the people to hang out with him.
All outtakes.
Bonneville. That's like
It's an
Irish.
ice cream.
No, that's Bonnet, right? Blue Bonnet.
yeah, blue bonnet.
Yeah, the media is really backwards. I mean, we see a lot of people celebrating this. There's fans and he's packing out and selling out his concerts now, and we see that you think he'd be celebrated because he's not. He turned down was it an $4 million contract? I think to promote it, and he didn't. He rejected that millions of dollars. I don't know how he could do that. Would you reject that? No.
I'm taking that $8 million, boy.
Yeah, and I'm
We out
running.
here. I'm gonna perform for those Richmond, north of Richmond.
Yeah, and all your songs.
You want me to dance too?
I'm gonna
Throw on
change it
2
up.
million,
There's
I'll
a guitar.
dance.
Poor folks.
South of Pennsylvania.
Yeah, Omar and I had an opportunity. Omar, we had a road trip, right?
Yeah,
We had a
I call
road-
it a bro trip.
A road trip.
Did you guys bond?
No,
I scared him. I
this guy scared me to death.
The whole drive there, just 3 hour silence.
No.
Nah,
Did you have your chicharrones?
No, it was
I
just
Your
wanted
snack?
some too so bad too. I just
Missed opportunity.
did I tell you about the chicharron son? Can you say
No.
the words?
chicharrón stuff.
That's my favorite.
Oh.
It's my favorite snack when I go on the road. But I was in Hawaii with Lodo and we're driving. I was getting lost trying to find parking, and I had some of my favorite snacks. I went pork skins. I'll say it that way.
Mhm.
And it was a spicy ones. And I got pulled over, and it's screaming, "Sir, you've been drinking?" I said, no, I just been eating chicharrones.
What did he say?
He's like right in my face. You've been drinking? What's that smell? I smell. I've been having
serious?
chicharrones. Yeah, I did the whole line. I never
No
experienced
way.
Philip. Yeah, Philip was pulled over for
In
a
Hawaii?
DUI or in Hawaii.
Oh,
Did
yeah,
you get
well, the
arrested
speed
or
limit
not?
is like 35 everywhere.
I was
so-
making U-turns in probably awkward places.
Oh.
So, anyways, I got pulled
Sounds
over.
about right.
Yeah,
under
I've been in a car
driving.
with Phil. I was like, dang. I'm like,
Dude, I
he
got
typed an
saved
essay
again
behind the
last
wheel.
week.
I was like, dang. No, I'm playing.
So, under the influence of chicharrones.
Of chicharrones.
Chicharrones.
Say it together. Ready?
Chicharrones.
Pork skins.
For all the white people.
Spicy.
playing.
Chicharrones.
But we're on a road trip. And why we were up there, Omar?
Why? Did you say why were we up there?
Yeah, why are we going up there?
Sacktown.
Yeah, man. They had a big parental rights rally going on. There's several bills going through the assembly, and Philip let me know, and I'm off on Monday, so I was on a Monday, so I was like, heck yeah, let's go. I got my permission slip signed by my wife,
Mm-hmm.
and so we took off, and it was the scariest trip I've ever had in my life.
Who drove?
But Philip drove.
Oh, okay.
I drove home. And he slept like a baby because I drove like a normal person.
But now I'm glad I didn't go.
Oh, dude,
it was a blast. It was great. It was hot at sometimes up there. We're middle of the Capitol. We came in. We were kind of in the beginning, but we're across the street, so we weren't there. But we knew it just started, and so we got in there. I snuck in all the way to the front. So if you see any pictures, we were right there. Right there in front of the steps, right.
Oh yeah,
next to
security
the-
was scoping us. We looked like these two.
Oh,
we looked
I
like
didn't know
two
that
homegrown
until
terrorists.
Oh shoot!
I was like, here these
Did not know that.
guys rolling in with these beards, looking like Taliban, bro.
Oh man.
Wow.
And the
And we
ambiguous
had-
brown color.
Ambiguous brown. I'm over here. I was like, hey, my name is Omar. Ambiguous. And my
I know
name is Omar.
Omar.
What is your name? Omar. My name is Omar. I'm with my friend Philip.
Well, we go in Russian now.
Yeah, Phil. Well,
Ambiguous accent as well.
well, you have like Russia is like right there with like,
Wow.
Kazakhstan,
Wow,
Afghanistan.
okay.
So they kind
Yo,
of have a weird
hey,
little Russian influence. Arab.
It probably didn't help. You're like, hey, we got a new podcast. We're trying to blow it up on social
Yeah.
media, But it's just no. I'm just
We're trying to go
Getting
viral.
triggered here.
Oh, man.
I mean viral.
Yeah, might as well be following us also on a Rumble, just in
yeah,
case.
We get ripped off of
But
YouTube.
YouTube,
Plug
keep us
moment.
here on YouTube also too. But
That lady
yeah,
is mad. Look at this is a meme. The
Oh my
lady in
god, the
bottom
Rosé Show lady.
Wow, the
she's
Rosé
screaming.
Show.
The other one right above her, she's got some red cheeks.
She
The mom,
upset.
man. Look at that.
Yeah, we have here
Can't
some-
make fun
some-
of the prayer picture.
we have some more pictures going here in Adam.
Oh, that's my father.
That's your dad?
Yeah.
Hey,
I'm
yes.
not your dad.
That's my pastor dad.
Pastor
Yeah.
dad.
Yeah, you do call him Pastor Dad too.
Yeah, I
It's
do.
just- yes,
It's weird calling him dad at church to people. Like, you can go talk to my dad. I'll just be like, my pastor dad.
yes.
Respect.
That's a pastor's kid flex. Oh, that's my dad.
Was it? Was it a flex?
Yeah,
Is
it's
it
a
a flex?
pastor's kid flex.
There you
Well,
go.
I was speaking of this picture, I was all, we were sent there to do a job. We're there to get the awareness out. We're taking pictures, and there's a lot of moments just like this. A prayer. You see here all across the whole 1,000 to 2,000 people. Actually, some are saying 3,000. It's hard to count here, but it was God was really moving, and this what popped up. And let's go back to the picture of your pastor dad.
If it was pastors telling you the number, it's going to be 3,000. They always round up 2,100, 3,000.
The multitudes. Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah. Okay. So here, quick. I'm waiting for this to pop up right now, and stand by. Wait for it. Okay. So. It was like, so I was trying to be all secretive and take the moment shot. And there's the backside of that shot right there. And I'm trying to be that sneaky.
Oh my
now,
gosh.
somebody sent me this picture because it was all over Facebook of your dad. And there's the guy in the
All
back
over
in the front.
Facebook?
Yeah.
That's the one that went all over Facebook?
Well, Facebook, yeah. And somebody texted him to me and like,
This is-
you went viral.
This is definitely like a boomer, like, took this picture.
Yeah, it's
Also,
not
I see
even
it's
centered.
It's Android too.
Oh,
It's Android.
It's a screenshot?
That's it's not even the actual. It's a screenshot.
Let me send you this
I forget
picture
you-
screenshot.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, a boomer definitely took that picture. I love it so much.
It's like, dude, you only got 4G? Because they send you the whole screenshot.
Phil, you literally
It's
look like you're on Mission Impossible. Looks like you're about to like tuck and roll. Right?
And it's hilarious. I was embarrassed, but I'm gonna embrace it. That's what the shot.
No, I love
There's a
it.
meme. Hopefully, I find it in post, but that you see the guy all underneath the chair trying to get the most intimate worship moments. You know what I mean?
When the church media team sees you worshiping.
Yeah.
They're like under the chair.
Well, speaking of which, there's a wide. There was Christians, there was Muslims there too. There was all walks of faith there, and we have some interviews, man on the street, and Omar got this interview here. Check this out.
Yeah, check this out.
See.
It's my brother. All right, you guys, we're here live, Delugence podcast here at the State Capitol building, and we want to talk about parents' rights.
My name is Mohammed. I'm from the Yemeni Muslim community in the Bay Area, and we are here for parents' rights. I think we all work hard for our kids and for our children, and we should have our right to decide what's good for our children and what's not. We the one who care more about our children, not the government, not the politics.
We come here to Sacramento to protect our kids and our rights for our kids. This is a given from God to take care of our children, and we need to protect them. Nobody's going to protect them more than their parents.
Today we're here specifically talking about parental rights.
Yes.
What's going on with the Capitol? Everyone thinks the Capitol, this is where everything goes out from, right? For our state, it impacts from the tip of the
Where
state all the way
California
down to the
goes,
bottom.
the rest of the nation goes,
That's
right?
right. And where are we going right now?
Right now, we're going to hell quick, okay? So you get off that train right now, and we're just we're proclaiming Jesus. I mean, I'm a Christian.
Yeah.
This nation was founded on the principles of Christianity, and it's time for us to unite. So put your pride aside, and, it's not about right or left. It's about standing for kids today.
What about these specific bills that they're passing has got you guys really concerned?
Well, the ones are here is because they are taking rights from parents. That's what they want. Okay, Scott Wiener, anything that he writes and has his name on it is not good in my opinion.
I don't trust anybody with the last name like Wiener.
I mean, now if you can't see that, I can't help you. Okay.
Remember the movie called Kindergarten Cop with
Yes,
Arnold
with
Schwarzenegger?
Arnold Schwarzenegger,
And
right.
one of the most controversial lines now, but not then, was the little kid says, "Boys have penises and
Yes,
girls have vaginas."
Yes.
How do you think that would go today in our
Right.
current culture here in California or across the nation?
Well, I'm going to tell you, Fresno school boards, you need to put pressure on them parents. Come on, Mama Bears, just show up.
With David running for State Assembly District 8. Jim Patterson is termed out, and he has endorsed me to replace him.
We're here in Sacramento, and we just had an amazing, powerful time at this event. Why do you think it's so important for us to take a stand?
Well, honestly, I believe I was called to be here too, and I think everybody else was. Is that this isn't this shouldn't be a divisive issue. I mean, this is parents versus the government. These are people versus the government, because when the government gets to a point, especially here in California, where somehow child sex trafficking becomes an arguable thing, we know that crazy is here. We know that we have lost so much of our values and morals, and now the government is trying to say that they can do it. But our values and morals are instilled by us, by the church, by our parents, and by everybody else, our culture, not by the government. And so I felt convicted to come here to do that, because I never thought that I'd be in this position today. I didn't think anybody would. I love this rally because it wasn't Republican, Democrat, or independent. It wasn't Christian, Muslim, Jewish, Sikh, or anything else. It was parents. It was parents, because now we're in a position where the government is about to pass a bill where they can take a child away without even informing a parent. That's when we've gotten too far.
A lot of people would say, why are you at the Capitol doing political things? But what they're trying to do today is tell me how I can parent my child inside of the household. And I would ask, is that political? I don't think that's political.
I don't think it's political
at all.
I think it's, you're stepping a little bit too far.
Come on now.
Hey, I don't tell you how much salt to put in your sauce. You know what I mean?
Facts of life. Some of the bills that they're trying to force down our throat is, if your kid says that if my son decided to say, hey, Dad, I'm feeling like a girl today. And if I don't affirm that, meaning, which if I don't speak life into that, they can come take my child out of my house. They come take my child out of my house, put my child in a camp that will affirm that, and then I got to spend and go bankrupt to get that child back. And more than likely, they'll never get that child back. They're trying to make it to where parents spy on parents like me, report me to the government and say, Boomer's a conservative, Boomer's not gender affirming. And they report me, next thing I got somebody knocking at my door saying, this is what we heard about you. Can we come inside your house?
Wow.
It's creepy, my dude.
Wow. You know what? And I don't want anybody knocking on my door. You know, you got to give me at least 30-minute heads up because I got to pick stuff up. You know what I mean?
At least, bro. Or I might be on the toilet, bro. My house might, I'm a man, bro, and I eat well. I eat very well.
Hey, but you know what? I think you're absolutely right. Talk about something like fathers. Fathers are so important. I just saw an interview with Charlemagne on The Breakfast Club, and he had Larry Elder. And the biggest thing he talked about was about fatherlessness impacting our society so much. And it's such a huge factor, dad's not being there or dad's, removing themselves from the home or being absent. I mean, it's a fast track. Somebody else or something else is stepping into that role, and if it's not the Lord, then, who else is there? We're talking about TPUSA faith. So, who else is there that's going to be stepping in? If the Lord's not stepping in, we can tell you what, there's an enemy of your soul who's going to want to step in and have influence over our families, over our kids, So we always talk about the future. Children are the future. I mean, but the future is happening now. They're trying to. It seems like it's happening right now.
It is. The future has become the present, and this is my battle with fathers. Most fathers would rather build companies and build careers and put their status in that, rather than build their influence in their community and put their status in that.
Yeah.
It wasn't powerful seeing thousands of people there. Tens of thousands. It wasn't powerful seeing
tens of thousands. It was very cool. It was the first time I ever really participated in something like that. And I mean, I didn't go. I went to go with you to go maybe talk to some people, but I was like, hey, I identify with some of this stuff. This means something to me as well. I felt like something got a little more activated inside of my heart, and as a dad. And so even one of my neighbors commented on my story. He was like, hey, good on you, Omar. And I was like, that's right. We're about to get active. I don't know what that means, but I've seen him say it online. We're getting active. So I'm getting active now.
Yes. Omar 2023.
2023 City Council.
Hey.
Merced
Oh, really?
Districts.
Is that an announcement here? It's an announcement exclusive here on the Delugens podcast.
That's right.
And you
I'm
might
running for Parks and Rec director.
That's a funny show, anyways. But my takeaway is just I love the speakers. They're great politicians you had. I love that people are taking the stand on the school board. One particular story stood out for me was a father. I don't even know his name. I just knew he was a father who had a son. The father was divorced from his wife, and it was a custody battle. Well, the mom was trying to push the boy to transition to a girl, and it just breaks my heart just hearing it. He was saying that, Daddy, Mommy won't let me go to Disneyland unless I wear my princess shoes. So he was identifying as a boy, but the mom was trying to condition him into something else. And again, to me, it's child abuse, and I don't think it's right. And he was just saying, I'm voting to save my son. And so that's what it's all about. We could talk about all the politics, all the news, but it comes down to it. It's just somebody's son, somebody's daughter, and that's what it's all about. But we're going to be doing more road trips. We're doing more events out there. So make sure when you come by the booth,
I'll drive next time.
No, we'll get there fast if I drive. Safely though. Yeah, you're alive. You're alive. That's what counts.
Thank you, Lord.
So again, thank you, panelists, for being part of today. Before we close, we want to end on a high note. And there's let's see if here's a little video here that Omar shared because he loves pets because where he works at his business. So let's see if you like this.
It took me a while.
Me too.
I was like, Shrek's about to pop out right now. For some reason.
Yeah, we're gonna have fun here on Delugens podcast. Make sure you join us every single week when we drop. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. We're on all the platforms. Your favorite ones: Apple, Spotify, on all the rest. And make sure you follow us on social media because we'll be dropping our stories, reels, shorts, everything. And I know they're on there too.
Right here. Here's my handle.
We will see you next time here on
Delugens.
Podcast.